And we're back to discuss Logan, and there's a lot of movie here. I don't know that there's that much to really talk about. I mean, as far as getting into spoilers, you know, this was Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine movie, so Wolverine dies in it.
Mm-hmm.
They had Charles Xavier in it, so
he dies too.
Charles Xavier can die in it too.
They had a clone of Wolverine, so the clone of Wolverine could die too.
He dies.
Wolverine died twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Rogue One.
I mean, as far as like
Rogue One X.
I think the movie could have been a little. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I think the tone's right. I think what Cal was saying about like if it was a different movie with different characters, it might have felt better.
Or even if it wasn't the Hugh Jackman version of Wolverine,
Yeah,
because that ties it into the other ones that's shockingly different. Not for the violence, but just for the entire focus.
yeah, and a concept that I heard thrown around somewhere was that what they really need to do with the X-Men movies is start treating them like James Bond and just replace character actors without mentioning it in the, like, without it being part of the narrative. Like, the next movie should just have a guy named Wolverine in it that isn't Hugh Jackman, and it shouldn't acknowledge that it's different. Like, that sort of thing would help that series a lot, because they keep trying to, like, half-boot and pre-boot
And the continuity just goes crazy.
yeah.
The continuity's been crazy for like
That's true.
over a decade. Like they haven't been
They need to
consistent.
figure out what.
But I feel like
So-
the movie The Wolverine had nothing to do with the continuity, and so I didn't feel like the continuity bothered me for how this fits in with the other movies, how this fits in with the, you know, the First Class trilogy, how it fits in with the original movies, the, you know, the Naughties original trilogy or quadrilogy or whatever. None of that was really that big of a deal. I just felt like it was kind of the same thing over and over again. It was Aaron Taylor Johnson showed up and there was a fight and they got away and they said some things and they watched Shane to set up some foreshadowing, and then they fight Aaron Taylor Johnson again, and then evil Wolverine shows up and they fight him for a while, and it's just like, okay. And I thought that, like, again, like in another movie, the way they kill off Charles Xavier is satisfying in a that's not the way that like a cheesy comic book movie would kill off that character. It was a violent, sudden, impactful death. The way they killed off whoever Stephen Merchant's character was, I don't remember the name of the guy, the albino guy, was another one that was like, he served his purpose in the story and then they just kill him. And none of this feels like, you know, none of it feels like it's cash grabby or cinematic universe-y, in that I don't, like, there's not going to be a Laura spin-off of this movie. And if there is, they're ridiculous. Because, nobody wants that movie.
Nobody wants that movie.
She didn't talk until like an hour before the show was over.
Yeah. And I mean, and, like, that whole team that they show at the end, like, you know, it to me, it appeared like they knew what they were doing and they weren't trying to just set up they weren't just trying to set up a sequel out of it, you know.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to set up another set of the Canadian future mutants and who all have similar powers to the other X-Men, you know.
I think they've been doing a lot of in the Fox version movies of Marvel movies. They've been doing a lot of these things as if they're one shots, so they don't have to. There could be similarities and there could be similar characters, the same characters, but they don't necessarily tie in together. So
Sure.
I think that's why they kind of give themselves permissions to kill people off, because they do that in one shots a lot in Marvel Universe. I don't know when the last time I really worked heavy into that, but
yeah, and I think that the success of something like Deadpool shows that people are fine with
R-rated, yeah.
they're fine with R-rated, but they're also fine with, like, not caring about the continuity and not like what happened in Deadpool didn't and shouldn't have an effect on something like Apocalypse. Like those movies shouldn't be tied together. There shouldn't be cameos back and forth between the two of them. They're completely different animals.
That was kind of trippy how it began, though, huh? With Deadpool.
Yeah.
Logan tonight on the
Yeah. There's also some other things in there. There's Nathan Summers was here thing, and so they're alluding to a whole bunch of fun stuff. So they're basically saying, hey, we're going to one shot this out, like this universe out to as much as we can. Just every storyline we've ever done. Here's a one shot for it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think, you know, if you're a huge fan of, I mean, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine to most people, and he's been playing the role for 17 years, and it was good for him to get.
I didn't need to hear that.
It's good for him to like have this whole kind of final movie to himself, and I don't think it's wrong that like you feel sad that this is the last Wolverine movie, but I think it's sort of a bummer that you walk out of this movie going, geez, I never want to see that again. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was a bad movie. It's just like
it's a bummer, though.
It's like it's like I'm gonna. It's like in the queue with Schindler's List of like movies I need to see one time.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's part of what I mean by the tone of it. Like the original X-Men movies, the Bryan Singer ones, had this like optimism to it. And this one just kind of throws it all away, and it's just like, let's just be a bummer.
This
Those
was
ones were
based on the old Logan saga, and the old Logan saga is horribly dark and somber.
But I'm talking movies though, like, and they're continuing that as if it's one long storyline. So it's kind of like a bummer.
The Bryan Singer movies were just so cheesy in '90s that you can't. They won't work today unless you like lean into it harder.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Meh. I mean, I would probably tell somebody to go see this if you really like X-Men or if you want to know about Wolverine. But
I don't know those people. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but I just don't know those people.
yeah, like if you want to, but I don't think this
Just
is
go
a movie
see the
where I'm
Lego
just
Batman
like,
movie again.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That was a good movie. But I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I would watch it again. I wouldn't watch it often, but I would watch it again. He's talking about watching it by himself.
Well,
So be it.
come over to my house and watch it. We'll drink some scotch, and this seems like the
Clean.
this kind of seems like the movie that I would watch in college a lot because just we liked slow movies that are kind of dark in college. I don't know why, but and usually a lot of movies that are too actiony, and too comical, and too whatever, just they're throwaway for me. So
Yeah. This movie could have gone two ways. It goes this way, or it becomes fucking Michael Bay's Transformers.
ugh.
And you don't want that.
No.
So we saw that once with the god-awful X-Men Origins.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the Wolverine movie I've been waiting for, and I thought they did a fantastic job.
Okay. Well, as long as one of us wanted it, it's cool.
Two of us.
That's Logan. If you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe. It helps us out. Check out all the written and video reviews at dalemaxfield.com. Thanks for watching.
Shink!